Good morning. It's time for another edition of Pre-Market PulseScan with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. Don't forget, we do have webinars throughout the week, and you can view those at PulseWaveTrading.com. You don't want to miss it. A lot of great information there. Also, some giveaways that we have for you when you sign up for a free account at PulseWaveTrading.com. And we still are running the special. You can get started with trading, learning how to use the PulseWave price triggers for as low as 69 bucks a month. Take advantage while it's still here. All right, jumping right into the thick of things. Overnight news is as follows. There is no escape. Stocks, oil, and Bitcoin plunge as U.S. lawmakers fight over coronavirus rescue package. If affairs start to get out of control, the market sell-off will profoundly be uglier than any of the previous crises. That we know. But they're not telling you is that there are some issues going on behind the scenes, which I will reveal later. U.S. unemployment could surge to 30% next quarter, and GDP might plunge 50%, Fed's bullet warns. It's a huge shock, and we're trying to cope with it and keep it under control. The St. Louis Fed president told Bloomberg on Sunday. A deep European recession is now inevitable, and it could hit the continent as hard as 2008, despite policy move, UBS says. The continent's economy could shrink by as much as 4.5%, similar to its decline during the global financial crises. Goldman Sachs sees a 1% drop in global GDP due to coronavirus crisis. The pandemic and the response to it pose a physical as opposed to financial constraint on economic activity that is unprecedented in post-war history. SoftBank plans to sell up to $41 billion in assets to fund another share buyback, reduce debt. The Japanese tech conglomerate wants to finance a $45 billion buyback on top of a $4.5 billion buyback it announced earlier this month. Walmart ups minimum wage and e-commerce warehouses by $2 as orders surge on virus worries. The hike boosts entry-level pay to between $15 and $19 an hour from now through May the 25th. These four stunning charts show just how quickly the coronavirus outbreak declined, decimated key U.S. industries, and pushed the economy to the brink of recession. The pandemic has hammered the airline, hotel, restaurant, and cruise industries. All right. Now, it's a big day for Chinese earnings. Yangtze, Hangru Medicine, and Geely are two highlights. There's key data on the docket. Chicago Fed's activity reading will be closely watched. All right, so the overnight markets, very interesting developments have taken place. Right now, stock index futures are lock limit up and have been so for some time. The Dow is lock limit up 930 points. The NASDAQ 100 is, it just came off lock. It's up 366 and a quarter points. Even the S&P 500 is lock limit up at 113 points. The Russell is, it just came off a lock also. It's up 47 points. Bitcoin futures composite index is up $475, trading at 6,775. Nat gas is up a nickel at $1.66. Crude oil futures are up 97 cents at trading at $24.32. The long bond is down a whopping 2 full points in 7/30 seconds at 177.15. Gold futures are up. Now, this is the biggest move in gold that I have seen since 2011. Gold is up $109.30 trading at $1,676.09 an ounce. Explosive, amazing moves in gold. This is a whopper of a move. Didn't see that coming, but it happened. And it's now moving in an amazing way. If this continues, if this is truly the turning point for precious metals, get ready for margin requirements on trading the futures to explode. Silver futures up 86 cents at $14.12. US dollar index is down 105 pips at 101.43. Taking a look at forex, the euro yen is up 53 pips at 119.85. The euro is up 112 pips at 108.84. Pound sterling up 252 pips, trading at 117.94. And the Aussie is up 126 pips, trading at 59.18. Looking at food, soybeans are down a whopping 10.5 points, trading at 873.5. And corn is down 3.5 points, trading at 340 even. And that's what our overnight markets are looking like. So it's looking like the markets want to rally and are looking for an opportunity to do so. You could make the argument that it's looking like the markets are believing that the worst is over with. And now they're just waiting for an opportunity to break out. I'm not really surprised by this for the simple fact that what we've been witnessing, what we've been experiencing here in these markets has been nothing short of just outright carnage to the downside, not even looking to take a break. So this is a well-earned respite. But the true test will be if the markets can hold. Word on the street is that everyone is positioning themselves for the next short. So they're going to use this rallying moment on turnaround Tuesday to get short in the market. We will see. Time will tell. This is getting interesting, I must admit. Where do we go from here? Who knows? But we're about to find out. And that's the interesting part. Where the market hold such rallying. The clock is ticking. We shall see. I think it's going to be interesting, though. I think we will continue to be a news-driven market for a while. I think the market's going to be very reactive to news. No matter how people see it, it's going to be very, very quick to turn. It's going to be very erratic. Volatility is going to be here for a minute until this whole coronavirus thing is over and until they can actually, like fix the economy. So it depends. I'm not really impressed just yet. One day does not determine a trend. We need to see continued momentum in the upward direction. So that's what we got. That's what's going on right now. There's a lot of news, though. There's a lot of things happening that you need to know about. So I'm going to read you something real quick. All right? Because you need to know what's going on behind the scenes, things that they're not going to tell you, things that they want to keep from you, hide from you, things that they do not want you to know. So we're going to go there, right? Let's go there. Let's dig in. Let's see who's behind the curtain. Y'all ready? Here we go. New coronavirus stimulus bill in Congress creates U.S. digital dollar. As the markets continue to drop and the U.S. looks to Congress for agreement on a massive stimulus package to save the economy from impacts of the coronavirus pandemic, the newest offer by House Democrats includes a very forward-looking kind of stimulus, the creation of a digital dollar and the establishment of digital dollar wallets. sites. I did not stutter and I did not say psych. They're using this as an opportunity to create the digital dollar and the establishment of digital dollar wallets. And what will send shockwaves through the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry, particularly for those following central bank digital currencies around the world. This signals the U.S. is serious in establishing infrastructure for a central bank digital currency. This is dated March the 23rd. This is an article in Forbes. All right. Let's rewind the clock. 2016, a documentary came out called The Fed and the Central Banks versus the Blockchain, done by yours truly, of course. If you have not watched that documentary, I do believe that now is the time to watch said documentary. If you'd like to know exactly what's coming, you need to watch that documentary. I tried to warn you years ago that this was coming. You laughed. You said I was stupid. I was a fool. I didn't know what I was talking about. I need to stick to stocks. This would never happen. The government would never do it. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. No, no, and no. You don't understand how the blockchain works. Blah, blah, blah. I warned you. I told you that they were coming for Bitcoin. I told you they had already started trading in and out of the Bitcoin in large volume. I told you that they wanted to try to corner the market in your blockchain. And if that failed, they'll be establishing their own. Around this time, too, don't forget the US government was telling you that cryptocurrencies are stupid. Cryptocurrencies are not currencies. They told you that they weren't assets. They told you it was not money. It told you they were not investment vehicles. And they kept laughing at you in mainstream media, literally laughing on the air, cracking jokes, making people not even take cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology seriously. Then what did they started doing? They started to demonize it when that didn't work. When the first wave of propaganda failed, they said, let's go to phase two. What's phase two? Phase two is to demonize the subject. And they demonize. They kept saying, look at all these gangsters that are using this, but they couldn't prove not one illegal activity. There was no big major bust coming from this. So when phase two epically failed, they moved to phase three. What was phase three? Phase three was to shut down the exchanges or pass laws making it illegal. And when that failed, because that didn't work, that's when they said, okay, fine. We need to now write new legislation and have this controlled and monitored by the SEC. No, that's not going to work. They only deal with equity. Shoot. Okay, what can we do? Oh, I know. Let's put this under the auspices of the CFTC, which is the Commodities Futures Trading Authority. Let's do it that way. So they put it under the commodities umbrella. Why would you think they would do that? Because they started treating the crypto exchanges as forex broker dealers, because it's kind of similar in a way. Similar technology, believe it or not. So they said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Then they said, okay, this is not working either. They're not listening to us. I know. It's time to do what we do best. As United States of America, what are we known for? Bully tactics. We got guns, we got bombs, we got missiles. Let's go and let's threaten the exchanges and force them to come under banking rules and regulations. Oh, no, we can't do that. Well, oh, no, because it's not legal. What can we do? Because, everything that they do, they have to have paperwork on it. Because that's how they hem you up, with paperwork. Okay, I know. You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to take one for the team. We have to bite the bullet. Let's go ahead and call these things assets. After all, these are assets. Remember, they like to play with words. All right, and they like to change meanings of words. Why do you think most legal documents and contracts that you sign has sections for definitions? All right. In order, the best legal contracts have a section called definitions, where they have to define certain words and terms that will be used throughout the documents. So they say, okay, we're going to call these assets. We're not going to say currency. We're not going to call it a currency. And so we have to call it an asset. Assets is very vague and can be anything you want. They can be baseball cards for all you care. Assets can be whatever you want to term it. So they said, you know what? We'll go ahead. Yeah, we'll admit, we'll call them assets, but we still got to shut them down and regulate them out of existence to make way for our own. We want to control it. We want to own it. This is an incredible, ingenious idea. Wow, blockchain can be used for so many different purposes. Let's create our own. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take it over. Let's control it. Because, hey, after all, what is the U.S. known for? Bully tactics and taking over something that they don't already own. So what do? They go into the foreign country called blockchain technology and say, we want that. We here to take that. Yo, run that blockchain right now. Or catch two to the dome. And that's what they did. So what did? They sent their people out, their spies out to infiltrate, to go work in said industry in multiple different capacities. And then your job is to report back. We call that corporate espionage. And that's how the government gets the information that they need. They'll send out their operatives. Your job is to get a job working in said company, in said department, and then you will report back to us everything as far as the goings on and how this thing works and all that good stuff. That's what they do. They have departments to reverse engineer any technology. Any and every technology can and is often reverse engineered by government bodies. If you think otherwise, you are a fool. Do you not think that companies buy each other's products so that they can reverse engineer it? You didn't know that? Have you ever thought about why so many fake products exist alongside the original products on a shelf? Back when we used to have toy stores, this was a long time ago, it was a place called Toys R Us, many moons ago. You could often go and you could look in any department of that of said toy store, and you would see an original name brand, and then right alongside of it, the fake brand. And this just wasn't for dolls. This was for electronics and things, everything. You name it, everything has a bootleg. And that's what they do. It's a way to get around the patent laws. That's what they do. It's always been that way. Why do you think there's real Louboutin handbags and fake Louboutin handbags? Imitation, for everything that exists, an imitation. And that's what they do. That's how they get the information that they want. All right? They're famous for it. Yes, the CIA has been doing it for years. Your job is to go, and I need you to work here at this particular company, and we're going to get you a job in this particular department, and we're going to go ahead and you know what your job is. Your job is to give us intel, tell us how this thing works, and whatever. Oh man, did you see this new thing that just came that Apple produced? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, go ahead and buy one of those real quick and bring it back. Matter of fact, buy 10 of them, and I'm gonna have R&D You guys work on this one, this department works on that one, and so forth and so on and so forth. And we're going to find out what this thing is and what can it do and how did they come up with this ingenious technology and how can we infringe on this copyright, on this patent. Oh, I know. We're going to make something similar. We'll change the shape and the color and we'll call it by a different name. And we'll make money too. That's what they do, man. That's what's coming with this blockchain. I told you the governments of the world want their own. That way they can control it. Now, I'm going to go on because what you're going to hear next is going to scare you to death. This is not fear porn. This is actual facts. These are coming from real mainstream media articles. You know, the mainstream media, the one that most sheeple love. The sheeple love mainstream media. So I'm reading you from mainstream media. Then you can take it for what it is. Both Speaker Pelosi take responsibility for Workers and Families Act and the Financial Protections and Assistance for Americans Consumers, States, Businesses, and Vulnerable Populations Act, better known as HR 6321, introduced by Chairwoman Maxine Waters of Financial Services Committee, introduced these concepts as a way of delivering the economic stimulus payments to U.S. citizens. This is the same Maxine Waters on the Financial Services Committee that said that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies was a direct competitor and threat to national security. After saying that it was nothing, that it was not an asset, that it was a thing that criminals use and it is to be ignored. Now, all of a sudden, her latest testimony said it's a threat to the US dollar and national sovereignty, quote unquote. Yes, she said that. Look it up if you don't believe me. Yeah, it was live. Thousands of people watched that live. I was one of them. I watched when she said it. She said that the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are a threat to US national security. After saying not long ago that it was not an asset, cryptos are not an asset. So now you're saying that it is. They want it both ways. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. So you may say, well, what's up with that? Now, furthermore, peep this. Now, we just got the opening bell. And of course, they took off the limit. So now the Dow is up over 1,000 points. Very interesting the way things are shaping up. So this is definitely going to be an interesting day for sure. Now, while the markets are moving at this stage, I think that some good trade setup should be coming on the back of this. Very good trades. So we'll get into some of that. I'll let you know what's going on in a little bit. All right. So the bill establishes a digital dollar, which it defines as a balance expressed as a dollar value consisting of digital ledger entries that are recorded as liabilities in the accounts of any Federal Reserve Bank or an electronic unit of value, redeemable by an eligible financial institution as determined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Additionally, a digital dollar wallet is identified as a digital wallet or account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person that represents holdings in an electronic device or service that is used to store digital dollars that may be tied to a digital or physical identity. A mandate also requires all member banks establish a pass-through digital dollar wallet to all customers eligible for the stimulus. Member banks include those banks that are members of the Federal Reserve and regulated by the Fed. Additionally, non-member state banks, those that non-members of the Federal Reserve and regulated by the FDIC, could opt into offer pass-through digital dollar wallets as well. The Federal Reserve banks themselves would also mandate available a digital dollar wallet to any U.S. person eligible for payments as well. Additionally, the U.S. Postal Service would aim to help unbanked individuals and or those without proper ID to establish their identity, be provided a digital dollar account, and would set up ATMs for customers to access their funds. Do you see where this is going? This is the establishment of the control grid that I was telling you about, that I warned you about. I told you this was coming. See, if you have a digital wallet that is controlled through a back door by the Fed, they can turn it on and off at any moment. That's right. They could turn it on and off at any moment. I tried to tell you that this was the new. This is the new. This is how things are now. This is what it is. All right. This is what it is. They're not going to stop. They're rolling this out. This is the control. This has nothing to do with the coronavirus. This has to do with the agenda. The coronavirus is being used as the backdrop to do this. Notice how they're calling it national security. All right. This is so that they can really control not just everything about the economy, but be able to control the individuals and spy on individuals very easily and be able to know where you are. Remember, I told you they're going to be tracking your movements too. That's part of the 5G network. That's why it's so powerful. That's why it's so much radiation from those antennas. All right. So just want to hit y'all with that real quick so you could know what's going on. All right. And just like, you know, in normal PELOSI fashion, this is a 1,000 page coronavirus relief bill. All right. It's an unrelated progressive agenda. All right. That's what it is. Under the guise of, oh, this is a fast relief to American workers. It has nothing to do with American workers. It has everything to do with the deep state that wants to use this as an opportunity to push forward its agenda. Do you know what else is in this bill? A climate change study on aviation to combat COVID-19. Is that a joke? No, that's actually in the bill. How does that help the average American right now? It's outrageous. She also wants provisions for a federal takeover of elections. Yeah, you heard that right. Federal takeover of elections. A climate change study on aviation. And intrusive corporate diversity reporting burdens. So now they want to create a socialist environment without coming out and saying we're a socialist country. Seriously? Now is the time to help struggling Americans, not play swamp politics with the virus aid, woman. Miss Pelosi. Yeah, that's why the news, the mainstream news have been saying that cash spreads the COVID. Don't use cash. They want you to go all electronic. And they will be using that and cutting you off anytime they want. All right. You really need to stop thinking about the next election and start thinking about the next generation, Miss Pelosi. What are we going to leave our children if Democrats allow the economy to crash? Then what? This is getting serious, folks. Now this you can download the bill. You can download the entire bill. all 1,000 pages, and read it for yourself. If you don't believe me, you ain't got to take my word for it, but it is here. You may want to do it before they take it down because they don't want people to know the truth, man. They don't want you to know that. Not at all. Not hardly. Anyway, I digress. It's been a busy day for a brother, and my day is only beginning. All right, I'm working on some things, so I will let you know what's up. All right, but right now, it is what it is. All right, so be encouraged, and we got more things coming. Right now, I need to go and place some orders. All right, so remember, PulseWaveTrading.com. We got the hookup. All right, all you gotta do is come to PulseWaveTrading.com. You can start trading with us, break bread with us for as low as $69 a month, man. All right, and you can break bread with us, see how we do things. All right, so remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.